What makes a piece of gear important to your craft? Is it how many pixels it captures? Or how many rotations a minute it cuts? How well it captures sound waves? How many lumens it produces? Is it how quick it renders videos? How well it absorbs paint? Whatever your craft is, I'm sure that the gear that you use is very important. But for me, being a filmmaker, story is the most important aspect of my craft. And what is story but a sequence of plot points sparked by an idea? And that's why this iPad is the most important piece of gear that I own. For me, I see ideas as gold. And I think that's true for most creatives. It's the spark of our creativity and what leads to whatever we create in our craft. Whether that's woodworking or novels, whether you're writing a song or drawing out plans for a skyscraper, ideas drive what we do. And for years, I kept notebooks for each project. And I love using notebooks. The organic nature of writing something with a pen onto paper is very creative to me. But the downfall of notebooks is that they're easy to lose and ideas easily get lost within their pages. And that's the reason why I think investing in an iPad, even though it's 400 times more expensive than a spiral notebook and pen, is totally worth it. With the iPad, I'm able to keep notes separate in different bins, organized based off of their content. So for me, I have bins for short films, for client projects, for random ideas that I have, and other creative projects that I want to do down the road. Now I can easily separate my notes based off which project they belong to. So for each project now, I can have a different note, whether it's a brainstorming note, an outline, a beat chart, a shot list. All of these can have different notes, but are still organized under that same project. This just allows me to go back and work on ideas. Just really has streamlined my process. So you might be thinking, why specifically the iPad? Why not go with the Microsoft Surface, where I could just use it as a laptop, or some other tablet? Well, I think it really came down to is iCloud. And I'm not some Apple fanboy. I edit on a PC, and I think honestly Android phones are most of the time better. But for me, iCloud has come in so clutch. So once I get into production, most of the time my iPad will stay in my camera bag. And what's great about using the app notes on the iPad is that it automatically syncs to the iCloud, which means that all of my notes, all of my shot lists, all of my camera diagrams, all of my lighting diagrams, all that stuff is now on my iPhone. And I'm much more likely to keep my iPhone in my pocket, which is gonna stay closer to me. So that if I get lost on set and I don't know what shot comes next, I can just pull out my phone and reference all of the notes that I wrote down. Now the iPad is great for so many other things. I've done screenwriting on the iPad. I've done diagramming, and I've done some graphic creation as well. But for me, the way the iPad allows me to create and store my ideas has been the most impactful thing. Ideas take time to sculpt. They can take months or even years to perfectly sculpt. And if you're not careful, they can be easily lost. But since getting my iPad, I've been able to track my ideas, be able to add and sculpt those ideas years down the road. That's why I think the iPad is worth the investment. That's why I think it's the most important piece of gear that I own, is because it ultimately helps me keep track of my ideas, and my ideas turn into what I create. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day.